in the days before nations were divided, before borders cut the earth into pieces, before maps were rewritten by conquerors. Africa and ancient Israel were one connected world, not separated, not this hand of the Most High. This is the truth they worked so hard to hide. The ancient world did not see Africa the way modern maps do. Continents. From Egypt to Ethiopia, from Israel to the Great Lakes, from Kush to Arabia. This was one continuous land of dark-skinned peoples, trading, migrating, marrying, and worshiping within the same spiritual sphere. The Bible itself testifies. Eden connected to Ethiopia. Abraham lived in Africa. Jacob died in Africa. The Messiah himself found refuge in Africa. Why does the story keep returning to African soil? Because the covenant people were never Europeans. Yet sometime between the 1500s and 1800s, the world map changed. Powerful empires redrew borders with cold hands and colder intentions. They removed Kush from its rightful place. They renamed lands. They relocated biblical sites. They split the Afro-Asiatic region to break the memory of a people. If you control the map, you control the story. And if you control the story, you control the identity. This is how the world was convinced the Bible belonged somewhere else. But ancient scrolls, old maps, and living traditions refused to stay silent. Because long before colonization, Africa was the heart of biblical civilization. Israel was part of the African cultural world. Egypt and Kush ruled the region. Caravans crossed freely between today's Middle East and the Nile Valley. Prophets walked the same routes later traveled by Bantu ancestors, the same mountain corridors. This is why the Bantu say, "We came from the east. We crossed great waters. We fled persecution. We followed the command of the Holy One." These are not stories of Asia. These are memories of migrations from the Afro-Israelite belt into deeper Africa, a people fleeing war, a people escaping Rome. When the temple fell in 70 AD, millions fled south, then down through the forests toward the Congo, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi, Angola, Tanzania, and South Africa. This was not random movement. This was prophecy. The Bible foretold Israel would flee into the lands of Kush, into the islands of the sea dot, into the forest regions, into the lands beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. These are Bantu lands. This is why your languages carry Hebrew echoes, why your oral history remembers Exodus, exile, purity laws, and temple customs. You are not learning this, you are remembering it. This is why Africa holds biblical place names. Just as Europeans created New York and New England, the Israelites carried the names of their homeland as they journeyed. Covenant names. These names survived colonization, missionary rewriting, and centuries of silence. The people do not forget their truth, even when the world forces them to sleep. And now, in the final days, the veil is lifting. The illusion of continents is breaking. The deception of European geography is exposed. The borders that hid a people's identity are falling. The ancient connection between Africa and Israel is rising again. For the Most High is awakening his children, a people scattered, a people now remembering that Africa was not outside the biblical world. And the Bantu, the scattered tribes, are rising to reclaim what was taken. The story returns to its rightful owners. The geography returns to its original truth. For the Most High is gathering his people from the four corners of the earth. This is the truth they never wanted you to learn.